inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because mental muscle is necessary for implementing successful business strategies. It's time to learn how to beat your business no matter what life throws at you. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we discuss the BS we face on a day-to-day basis.
All right, now what's up, y'all? Yes, this is your girl, August Crenshaw, in the building, here to tell you guys, Jesus, slow down, calm down, but at the same time, yes, stay excited about the future. We got to have a conversation about this thing called, what I call, respecting your position. You saw the title, you might be like, okay, what in the hell does this mean? What is August talking about? So I've been interviewed for an upcoming summit. Then I had a couple conversations with some people, and I noticed that there's this level of anxiousness that people have for success, but they're not really paying attention to where they are. And it's not just who you are. It's like, oh, I'm a new business owner, so I should expect it to take X amount of months or years for me to be profitable. I'm talking about like where you are financially, where you are in your mindset, where you are in your home life, all of these things, because everything is connected. So some of you got a really immature mindset towards business. I want you to think about this. If someone told you right now, oh my God, they're giving out loans, which the government is whatever, PPP. But they're giving out, $20,000 grants. They're giving out $20,000 grants, and you should go apply because people are getting it. And they're actually giving them to Black people. Let me put that out there because most of my listeners are Black. So you go and you apply and you get upset because you don't get the money. And then you go into your typical rant. Oh my God, this is just how it is. It's only a handful of us that they're going to give it to. And I even applied for at a bank before. I wrote out a whole business plan, did this, that, and the other. And all I wanted was $10,000. I didn't even want a lot of money, and they wouldn't give me that. And I got a girlfriend who applied for more. She wanted $250,000, and we just don't get no money. This system is just not fair. Now let's flip the script. You meet someone like myself or another coach, and we tell you that we have a coaching program where it's going to cost you $500 a month. Maybe even $1,000 a month. Now, here it is. You say that you only wanted $10,000. Well, you won't even spend that $500 a month on getting coaching. That $1,000 a month on getting coaching. A lot of you have not taken the time to examine the fact that you have resentment towards companies that won't loan you money when the most businesses die within the first 5 years, which means that they don't get their money back. They take a risk on you. And a lot of the businesses that fail, it isn't because of the lack of customers, it's because of the lack of go-get-emness that you got. You don't fully market. You don't put yourself out there. You don't utilize resources. You don't push the business. You're immature. You build it off of the desire of support. Now, some of you, your situation may not be, that low, but the point is you have to pay attention to where you are, and you have to respect that in your business. So if you are a married woman who works a job and has 2 kids, and you also have a spouse who maybe has a labor intensive job, which means that as much as he may want to support you, he really does come home and crash out on the bed and goes to sleep. And then you're like, I want to build my business. But you barely have 15 to 30 minutes a day. you can't sit here and get anxious about what you haven't accomplished 90 days later, but then look at somebody like me that looks like they do their business at any given time, all day, any given day. Because that's how it was when I first started. When I first started, my husband did work a labor intensive job, but he worked all day. And for a season in our business, the children were in daycare. It didn't last long. This is when I first got started. But the bottom line is we had a season where I was at home by myself. And unlike some of you who didn't put up boundaries, who stayed up on the phone all day, or who talk to people who get lost in your social media scroll, guess what I was doing? I was watching videos and the guy was like, here's the template. I was like, okay, well, I got to write the book. What good did it do me to watch somebody give me the game on how to self-publish, from even giving templates so that you could have the format for an ebook, even tell you how to market yourself in the subsequent books. If I didn't say, okay, let me write a book and go ahead and put this system to the test. See, I am an implementer. I am not an information gatherer. And I put in the work, which means that I have the right to have a certain level of expectation. And that, but even if I don't get everything that I desire, I will at least be able to see growth. There's some tangible things that'll come to me, even beyond just the money. And some of you have these high expectations, but you don't necessarily have a high ass work ethic. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to give you 2 seconds to think about that. We got a couple of sponsors that I'm going to have you chime into, and then I'm going to bring that right back.
The Saucy Marriage Podcast has my full attention, and I find myself rewinding certain parts because I'm like, I got to hear this jewel one more time. Imani is the marriage advice plug. Great podcast that shows how to handle the real stuff that comes up in marriage. Just listen to episode 7, needed that episode. My favorite podcast on marriage. Now, before I started talking, I wanted you to hear from the listeners I love. Hey, I'm Imani Aisha, marriage coach and host of the Saucy Marriage Podcast, your weekly spot for legit conversation on marriage, the hard stuff, the fun stuff, the sexy stuff, and everything in between. Subscribe to the Saucy Marriage Podcast today and join us in the convo. A simple yet intentional step to elevate your relationship and add some seasoning to the secret sauce of your marriage. So join us today, and I'll see you on the other side.
¿Cómo anda mi gente? It's me, Dr. Camille Anderson, your linguistic mama diva, and I am here to build the hashtag Black Linguistic Army with my business, Bilingual Brown Babies. Tú sabes que español es tan sexy and you want to learn it with your people, am I right? So join me at my mighty network at bit.ly/capital B, mighty with a capital M, network with a capital N. Porque tú sabes que lo querrías. Estoy esperándote. Hasta pronto.
All right. Y'all check out them ladies. They're the bomb diggity. Those women that you hear, they're actually some of the people that are going to be speakers in the Move Summit. But anywho, bringing it on back to the topic at hand. So did you take the time to think about the question? Have you taken the time for 2 seconds just to even think about where you are in life, where you are as a business owner? Like, seriously, what's your position? Are you a newbie? Are you a person that can dedicate a significant amount of time to running your business? If you can't, does that then discourage you? Or are you in the frame of mind that says, you know what, I'm going to have an attitude of gratitude. And yes, I want to sit down and I want to map out this plan to host my own online event. And I would love to sit down and just dig in for 2 hours because I got this great, blueprint with all of these questions that I need to answer. And I know by looking at how many questions there are, just answering the questions before I even begin to put the framework together may take me about 2 hours. Maybe you only have 30 minutes a day. What I notice that happens with a lot of people is that you say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wait until Saturday because that's my off day. And I'm just going to declare this is a mama going to work her business day. And then when Saturday comes, Then all of a sudden you wake up, the kids are obnoxiously crazy. You forgot about something else you were supposed to do. You go do that. You say, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to, let me just run around. Oh, I'll run to grocery stores, do this for my mom, whatever it is. You come back home. It's later in the evening. You're trying to get the kids settled, make them something to eat, hoping that they'll go ahead and go in their room and relax. And maybe they actually fucking do. But your brain, your brain power is basically fucking dead. And you're looking at the questions and you can't seem to get them. Let me tell you something. Your position, if that's your position in life, queen and kings that are listening, you got to get it together. Because how disrespectful of you. You came home every day, Monday through Thursday. I won't even say Monday through Friday. Or now, because you're not even going anywhere because of COVID, you virtually worked. That travel time that you used to have to put in to get back and forth to work, you mean to tell me that you couldn't discipline yourself and go ahead and get up 30 minutes earlier and say, you know what, I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to laser focus 30 minutes. That's all I got. And let me just go through as many questions as I can. Next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. Maybe then by Saturday, you would have woke up with a little bit of energy just to be sitting there let me just, look at my answers really quick and then put it down so that you can get your brain and your spirit in the same place so that epiphanies could come to you when you're not even thinking about it, so that you could gradually build upon it. And then before you know it, when you go into the next week, you're like, okay, you know what? I'm really going to laser focus in. I've answered all of these questions about who is the event for? How long do I want it to be? How many speakers do I want? If it's virtual, how many days will it be? How many speakers do I want per day? What's the theme going to be? Blah, 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 blah. What kind of topics do I want discussed? Let me make sure I got all of my techie stuff out of the way. Like what kind of software am I going to? You did all of that work. You got so much of that stuff, and that's off your back, because it's a whole bunch of shit you don't have to think about anymore. You can go forth and accomplish great things. And yeah, where somebody like me who has all time all day to do their business can put on a summit in 60 days. First of all, let me tell you this. The first summit that I did, I had a 120 day. I had a 4-month spread to get it together. And I immediately launched another summit after that in 60 days. I give myself 90 days to get a summit together because that's my preference. That's the pace I prefer to work. But you tell me a topic, and I know I could put a summit together in 30 days. It's one of those things I would be building out and probably interviewing as the summit is going. Oh, but I could do it. I surely could. But I didn't get here overnight. You can't look at what I'm doing and look at what you're doing. That's not respecting your position. How many summits have I done? I have a templated process to the degree now that I can't wait for the next summit because I get to pass on more of what I do to someone else to get her done. So some of you have very unreasonable expectations in your business. You look at individuals where they are and compare yourself and where you want to be. And you think that you have the formula to understand how to get there. And you don't even utilize the time that you have wisely to beast this thing out. You're trying to do things in a way that feels comfortable for you instead of just doing whatever the hell it takes to get it done. So that's my nugget for you all today. And guess what? Some of you need to also realize this. You don't even know what order to do things in. You didn't came into the game. You barely got a handle on who your ideal client is. And you got these other coaches out here trying to sell you programs, talk about make your signature course, put it online so you can get to the passive income. Some of you've been out here. You got yourself just a couple of clients. You ain't even 100% sure what you're doing. You got them in a beta program, but you want to run some damn Facebook ads. And I can go on and on with different types of scenarios. Guess what? You need to be at the Move Summit. Because you need someone to finally break down in sequential order what you should be working on and why, and not just giving you advice about your courses and your marketing, your client and your sales strategies, but also talking to you about what's going on in your household, what's happening with you as a parent, what's happening with you as a spouse, how are you handling your finances. For those of you that haven't figured it out yet, my summits based around business are the badasses of them all. And it's called Move Now. Come on now, we've trademarked it. Master a virtual economy. There's no room to play small anymore. The world is not going virtual. It is virtual. It's just certain aspects of it have not caught up. And Black people, we got to stop playing catch up. We got to stop being behind. I've got over 20 women with me, and my mentor, Brother Bedford, has come in as a guest appearance to discuss marketing. We're going to give you what you need. So now that you finished listening to this podcast, you go on your respective platform, you find that link, you click it, you come and you get the education that you need so that you can understand your position. Maybe that's the missing piece in order for you to respect it. All right. This is your girl, August Crenshaw. I'm outie. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in